So TikTok was banned, and then it was unbanned, and now in 75 days, it could potentially be banned again. So what does this mean? What's going on? What does this mean for all of us trying to make money on TikTok? What does it mean for content creators, e-commerce owners, people dropshipping on TikTok Shop? Look, right now, we just got a second chance that we might not get again. So to everybody that was freaking out just a couple of days ago, let this serve as a warning to you. Do not put all of your eggs into one basket. Look at the situation that people are in that are only creating content or selling or dropshipping on TikTok or TikTok Shop. I kid you not. The Google searches for jobs hiring near me skyrocketed in the last couple of days. So today, this video is going to teach you exactly what you need to know on how you can stay safe and how you can avoid any one of these situations happening to you in the future. So whether it be your favorite marketing platform for whatever reason goes down or goes dark, or the platform that you're dropshipping on also goes down or goes dark, or decides to, I don't know, completely cut off dropshippers, then you're also going to have a few options for you to keep making money and not have your business go down or go under. Besides that, at the end, we're also going to talk about a little bit of juicy gossip between everything that's going on because it's just crazy to me. But make sure you stick around. Since the last video that we put out covering this topic, what has happened? Well, truthfully speaking, not too much has happened. Not too much has been going on, except for the fact that TikTok actually went down. TikTok went dark. People were trying to sign on to their apps and it would simply say, it's not available. Now, from the looks of it, TikTok voluntarily complied with the laws to be able to go dark, even though it wasn't necessarily being enforced. According to Trump and according to Biden, neither one of them were really going to be enforcing the law in the first place. Why even sign it in the first place? But yeah, both Trump and Biden both said that there's not going to be any consequences for TikTok still being active. So it just came back up the day after. Now, this isn't a permanent restoration. So what just happened is that Trump essentially extended the deadline by another 75 days to see what he can do, to see if he can maybe push through an executive order, if he's even allowed to do that, to extend the deadline of the selling time that TikTok has to sell the platform. Now, that's assuming that ByteDance even agrees to actually sell part of their business or part of TikTok. So Trump also mentioned that if TikTok were to keep running in the US, we should own half of it. So I really don't know what ByteDance thinks of this. I don't know what's going to happen. None of us do. But in the next 75 days, we have some work that we need to do. So number one, the very first thing that we need to do in order to avoid any freakouts in the next 75 days or the days after the potential second ban, we need to start looking at more places to dropship on and more ways to market our products. We need to start diversifying. Yes, we can find a lot of success in just one platform. But what happens if that platform, for whatever reason, goes down? We just found out. People lose their livelihood, people lose money, and essentially people have to go on LinkedIn and look for real jobs, right? Now let's talk about dropshipping and what platforms we should start selling on. So TikTok Shop is still kind of new. It's only a few years old, but it absolutely blew up because of the TikTok platform. But there's already a lot of other established platforms that have been around for years, if not a decade or more, that are also perfectly suitable and maybe even better to dropship on. These are technically safer alternatives because for the most part, these are going to be American companies and the likelihood of them going down is very, very slim. Of course, you never know what could happen. So again, diversify your platforms and don't just stick to one. Now, a few of the different ones that you can go with are going to include Amazon, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and also Shopify, Wix, and WooCommerce. Now, the first three that I mentioned are going to be for people that really just want to start selling on a platform, but don't necessarily want to create their own online store. But then the other three, Shopify, Wix, and WooCommerce, those three are going to be for people that do want to run their own websites and really just have full and complete control. The likelihoods of them going down are really practically zero. So Amazon and eBay, they have a massive user base. They have tons of customers. Not just that, but they're also both very high traffic platforms. Neither one of those platforms go a day without seeing a single customer. Millions upon millions of people flood both of these websites every single day. Those are all millions upon millions potential customers that you can get in front of the eyes of. Now, for the most part, these are going to be platforms that are reserved for people that, again, just want a platform to upload their products on, not necessarily customize their entire website. Or maybe even start a brand. Now, if that is your thing, if you do want to start a brand, or if you want to have complete control and customization over your website, your products, and your branding, then you want to go with Shopify, Wix, or WooCommerce. These are also very trusted platforms, but people aren't going to necessarily know that they're going to Shopify, Wix, or WooCommerce. To them, they're just going to be going to your website, whether that be www.myproducts.com or whatever it is. You're going to be the one that's in charge of marketing it and making sure that it's, I guess, in a way, aesthetic enough for people to jump on there and immediately think, okay, I trust this website. I can make a purchase from here. I trust giving them my money. Now, another huge plus to having your own website on one of these three platforms is the fact that you also have access to all of your customer data. On a platform like Etsy, eBay, or Facebook, you don't have access to that data. The platforms do. Amazon and eBay do. They have access to everything, but you don't. So being able to access that data yourself can give you a lot of insights as to what's working on your store, what your customers are doing, and really it helps set you up for success a lot easier. Now, as a pro tip, I highly suggest that you start using platforms that can integrate some sort of automation. The reason for this is because, again, we don't want to leave all of our eggs in one basket. We want to start opening up multiple shops. In my case, I have an eBay store, I have an Amazon store, and I have a Shopify store. So how do I manage all three of these at the exact same time without getting burned out, losing sales, or losing track of inventory, or even having the time to do product research and upload products at the same time? Well, again, I leverage automation. Now, doing this is very, very easy. And to help you do this, AutoDS can get you started for just $1 for the next 2 weeks. And in those 2 weeks, you can open up your different stores and manage all of them at the exact same time effortlessly. AutoDS allows you to import all of your different products automatically in just a few clicks. All you have to do is go ahead and take the link, paste it into the AutoDS platform, and do that for all of the different products that you want to upload to your store. And that's it. It literally takes minutes versus days, if not weeks of work. Now, not only that, but there's also a built-in pricing calculator that even takes into account all of the fees. This makes pricing your products for profits a lot easier. This will ensure that you're always making a profit no matter what products you're selling. And to help you out with this, there's even a price and stock tracker, meaning the AutoDS platform is going to keep track of your supplier's inventory and their pricing and make adjustments on your stores based on that. So let's say your supplier goes up $2. You can set it so that way your prices go up $2 as well, or even $2 and change. If one of their products goes out of stock, then AutoDS will set your inventory levels to the same thing. Now, again, you can do this for all of the different platforms that we've talked about because they all support automation, whether it be TikTok Shop, Amazon, eBay, Shopify, Wix, WooCommerce, or Facebook Marketplace. You can benefit from automation with all of these different platforms. And another huge plus to this is that you're going to be saving a lot of time. Opening up multiple stores and filling them with products, again, can take days, if not weeks to do. Being able to automatically import everything to your store gives you a lot more time back to help you start scaling those stores. You're going to be able to start doing more product research, and you're going to be able to start importing more and more products to each platform. Now, what about our marketing? Because I know a lot of us actually use TikTok as our marketing platform. We work with different influencers on there. If we're not influencers ourselves on there making our own content. I don't know about you, but me personally, I like making content. And it's a lot cheaper to do your own organic content. So what happens if TikTok ultimately does go down and you don't have any affiliates to work with? You don't have any people pushing your products. Then you're going to start losing a lot of sales and you're going to start potentially losing money. Well, again, diversify your platforms. Don't leave all of your eggs in one basket. There's a lot of different platforms out there that you can use to start marketing your products. Now, not all of the different platforms are going to have the same types of influencers, but as a general rule of thumb, you want to work with micro influencers. Work with influencers that have between 10 to about 50,000 subscribers or followers, even pushing it to about 100,000. Anything more than that, you can still work with them because they do obviously have a massive audience, but it'll be better, especially if you're just starting off, to go with micro influencers. For one, they're going to give you cheaper rates. So some of them might not even charge you anything at all. They might do the content for you for free as long as you ship them the product. While another benefit is going to be the turnaround time. Working with micro influencers typically means a faster turnaround time than working with macro influencers or influencers of a larger scale, typically over 100,000. And another huge plus to working with micro influencers that adds to the time is going to be faster negotiations. When you work with a micro influencer, it's a lot faster for them to say yes to your deal rather than working with bigger influencers who typically can even have a legal team that want to review all of the paperwork. Stick to micro influencers. They really help you, and they're very efficient. Now, as far as the different platforms that you can go to find these influencers, there's going to be a few. So for one, you want to go to Instagram. Instagram is going to have tons of different influencers in a lot of different niches that are going to be posting a lot of pictures, but I tend to look for people that post more reels. Reels typically get a lot more views, and they're interacted with a lot more. And realistically, I would prefer a video over a picture because the video is going to show the person what the product does. And it really shows the product in action and any value that it can add to your customer's life or just overall the wow factor. Another platform that's really good for this is YouTube. Now, I personally have found a lot of success on YouTube because the communities built around the people on YouTube are very, very strong and very loyal. YouTube is longer form content, meaning people are on there for longer periods of time, potentially leading to stronger relationships between the viewers and their content creators. So people are going to resonate a lot of the times a lot more with people on YouTube because they're just simply spending more time with them. Now, you also want to vary the different types of influencers that you work with. And this can very well be dependent on the product that you're offering. So a lot of different influencers specialize in different types of videos. So you can look for people that do unboxing videos. You can do people that do reviews, people that like to make skits or do something funny with your products to just show it off. Educational content where someone can start explaining a certain problem and then use your product as a solution, and so on. There's tons of different topics and a lot of different types of videos and content that can be applicable to the products that you're selling. You just have to make sure that you're working with the right influencers. And a quick note on working with influencers, make sure that you go through their comments, make sure that you go through their videos and actually see that they're interacting with their fans and actually making the videos. Because when I first started, one of the biggest issues that I had was sending a product to a customer and never having them make any videos or any content. But again, I was just starting. I was going with really people that even had 1,000 or 2,000 followers. So that's a little too low. You don't always want to work with them. Even though it's not always a bad idea, just be careful who you're sending your stuff to. Typically go with people that are 10,000 or more, up to about 50 to 100,000. And also vary your content types. We already covered short and long form, so Instagram versus YouTube, but you also want to vary your content in terms of the content type. So a lot of people write blogs. And when people write blogs, this gets a lot of traffic from Google. So really the biggest point that I want you to take away from this video is going to be that you need to stay informed and you need to stay adaptable. You need to make sure that you can adapt to any platform that starts coming through, because if the TikTok ban ultimately does go through, which personally I don't think it will, but hey, you never know. You need to make sure that the moment you see some sort of platform is starting to pop off, get on there, start making content. Even if it doesn't go anywhere, even if that platform just ultimately ends up dying, try it out. If you see people are flocking to something else, try it on there. Right now, one of the biggest platforms has been RedNote, and previous to that was Lemonade. And it's funny because Lemonade actually got taken down because it is a ByteDance company. So I don't know why people were flocking to Lemonade, but people did go to RedNote. So that could potentially be a platform where you get onto and start promoting your products on there, or start making your own videos on there. Look, the dropshipping landscape, the e-commerce landscape, the way that you interact with your fans, the way that you get things done, it's always changing. No matter what, every few years, there's always a massive shift. And again, you need to stay adaptable. So make sure you start looking out for these things and do not resist change. That's the worst thing that you can do, because that's ultimately going to make sure that you end up failing. If you don't change with the times, you're going to end up like Toys R Us and you're going to end up bankrupt or out of business. Now, really quick, some of the juicy gossip that I did mention at the beginning. Did you all see that Facebook actually created a TikTok account? And not just that, they got verified almost instantly. Also, there's a lot of people trying to purchase TikTok. Mark Zuckerberg, Kevin O'Reilly, and Mr. Beast. So what is the future of TikTok? None of us know. So that's why I keep saying that you need to stay informed and you need to stay adaptable, because from here in the next 75 days, anything can happen. But as always, if you want to stay up to date and informed with any brand new dropshipping news, anything that has to do with the TikTok ban and how it can affect your e-commerce or your dropshipping sales, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like this video if you found it informative, and hopefully I'll keep catching you guys on TikTok as well. My name is Mario with AutoDS, and I'll catch y'all next time.